going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be going up against 99 overall signature series Honus Wagner. The person that's going to be participating in this video is going to be BC Reviews. He's a good friend of mine. A link to his YouTube channel and Twitch channel will be posted in the description as well as pinned in the comment section down below. Quickly, just to go over the Honus Wagner stats, they are amazing. 123 contact, 125 contact, 88 and 89 power. He also has that elite vision, the amazing speed. So let's go ahead and get right into this gameplay. BC has an amazing team. He has like every card in the game because he has this Honus Wagner. So he has 99 Lefty Grove on the mound and a bunch of 99s to go along with it. And BC uploads great content. His videos are always entertaining, and he just recently started a series with this Honus Wagner. So I was really excited to go ahead and go up against him. Here he is leading off to start this game. We have Nolan Ryan on the mound, so that's very helpful. And both of us have all 99 starting lineups, so that's pretty cool as well. But facing Honus Wagner for the first time, I was able to get the strikeout. BC had an incredible at-bat, about 7 or 8 pitches in, fouling off pitches left and right, making it extremely difficult for me to pitch to that Honus Wagner. But to follow up, I was able to get the ground out with Willie Mays, or against Willie Mays, to shortstop there. Rogers Hornsby is playing shortstop once again. And Ricky Henderson tracks this ball down in left field against George Brett. So definitely a good inning there from BC. Hit the ball hard the few times. Just had an unlucky, I guess, placement with Willie Mays there. Definitely could have been resulted in a hit. And I know that BC is a great opponent. I played him once before, a couple times before. We played some shorter inning games as well. He's a part of the firm and just a really good friend of mine. So I was fortunate enough to go up against him in this one. I was just really excited that we were able to get a friendly in. It's been a little bit since I was able to play BC, but so far in this game, he's pitching me very, very well. I mean, that one was a little bit over the middle of the plate, but I missed it. This Lefty Grove can be tough to pick up with the speed differential. He's been mixing in pitches pretty good. I've also got a few BS hits so far in this game. This one was a little bit strange. That was a curveball low and inside, and I just felt like at point of contact right there, I felt like I was a little bit late. Let's go ahead and see what the feedback is looking like on this one. It didn't really seem like I was just late. It says good timing on it or good hit result, but those are kind of the swings that I think the clutch attribute comes into effect right there. I mean, I think that George Brett in his 125 or 123 clutch allows him to knock that base hit and gets through and cashes in those runs. So I'm not really sure about that, but that was kind of my initial thought. Anyway, we are able to get Frank Thomas to pop out in the next inning. We have 2 down in the top of the second. And so far, I'm able to locate with Nolan Ryan much better in this game than in other games that I've been using him. I mean, in other ones, sometimes he's a little bit wild early on, trying to get the pitch confidence up. Seemed like I was able to get good feedback so far with him. But in this one, I mean, some of the good swings I had on the baseball resulted in outs there. I was a little bit late as well, but I felt like I went the other way with that pitch and got it. The feedback said good, okay. This one with Pudge, same type of thing. Another line drive right to the outfielders. And then I also had a couple hits, and the way I scored my run was on kind of a just late, good swing. It was kind of just interesting to see the feedback so far in this game. And there BC just got me. I mean, that was a great pitch inside. I jammed myself a little bit with Tony Gwynn. I was looking for that spot, but I just didn't react in time. And that's just Lefty Grove. He throws 100 miles an hour with that fork ball and that changeup, so definitely effective with him. BC has also been throwing the slider, so I'll have to keep that in mind when I'm back up at the plate. I'm trying to get this confidence up on Nolan Ryan's sinker. It's been the pitch that I've been throwing the least amount to this point. I'm trying to use the sinker and the fastball to try and work off of them. But right there, I mean, I'm throwing them over the middle of the plate. I'm trying to throw them inside, up and away, and I'm just missing a little bit more over the plate than I would like to. But it kind of sets up the fastball above the zone, and that's what I went with right there. Got BC to chase that one a little bit. And he's also pitching really well to this point. I mean, throws the slider on the outside half. I think that was a slider. May have been a fork ball. But I rolled over with Willie Mays. I felt like I waited on that one long enough, still pulled it. But nonetheless, I mean, in this game so far, I mean, a lot of the hits that we've had, both of us, have been hard line drives, hard outs. And that's something that I noticed with the wind blowing in a friendly game. You really want to try and avoid that because the ball just didn't seem to be carrying as much. We haven't had any home runs hit in this game yet, so that's something to keep in mind as well. But there, Rogers Hornsby smack one the other way. Good swing. The BCI is slightly off of it, but my face cam will be blocking that. George Brett to end the inning, lines out to right field. I felt like I was right on that one, probably a little bit more on top of it than I would have liked to be. But we're facing Honus Wagner for the second time, and he's going to launch that one out on a no-doubter, dead center. So the wind's not doing anything to that one. That one was a pitch over the middle of the plate, a fastball, and Honus Wagner ties the game up. And with Nolan Ryan, if you're trying to throw a fastball inside and you miss to the right or over the middle of the plate with the analog stick, then it is definitely going to be crushed or easily hit for an extra base hit. And that's exactly what happened on that last pitch. I mean, BC, all he had to do was just leave the PCI right over the middle, press X, and there it was a no-doubter, blasted to center field. So we're trying to get this run back. We have Roberto Alomar up at the plate. We still are facing Lefty Grove. And finally was able to get a base hit the other way once again. Kind of just waited back on that one just late down the line. And just seemed like I needed to hit a little bit more just late. I mean, I needed to wait on the pitches as much as possible. This one I got with Ricky Henderson off the handle of the bat. And that one's going to be tracked down at the wall by Tony Gwynn. That allows Roberto Alomar at least to advance to third base. He is going to be the go-ahead run. That also puts BC in a tough situation. He has to walk Pudge Rodriguez to bring up the pitcher spot and the double play. I went ahead and pinch hit Frank Thomas because I felt like I wanted to be aggressive, put the pressure on BC, try and break the game open because I know that he can do the same at any point in this game. Frank Thomas wasn't able to get the job done, but Tony Gwynn is able to cash in the run from third base. Pudge moves up to second there with that base hit. And now we have Willie Mays up. And once again, a just late hit, squared up. But Willie Mays is going to hit this one. I felt like that one was good squared up, but the wind probably was blowing in on that one. I don't really know how that one wasn't launched, but nonetheless, it was a line out to center field. We were able to take the one-run lead. And so far, BC has one hit. He definitely could have had more hits in this game to this point, but he just was also having the same type of thing I was having, hitting the ball hard right to my fielders, infielders, hard ground balls, line drives. Here I was able to get his timing a little bit mixed up with Aroldis Chapman, but this card is a little bit wild. So, I mean, as you guys can see here, I'm struggling to get good feedback with some of his pitches. I'm trying to use this slider on the outside corner, and I hung that one a little bit too much. It was right over the middle, and BC squares that one up, sends it to the center field for a base knock. So that's going to allow him a chance. I mean, luckily I was able to get a couple outs in the inning, but follow that up with Pudge striking out. He brings in his creative player, and this creative player is absolutely disgusting. I mean, the first pitch he threw was a cutter inside, and I could not even see it. This next one was the same type of thing. I had to swing pretty much as soon as he threw it. If you guys don't have a creative player that you're using as a starting position player, I would definitely recommend grinding out a relief pitcher. You can use him as a left-handed reliever. It's going to be really effective because there aren't that many lefty relievers in this game. And this one, I believe BC has Alex Wood's delivery on him, and that's a really nice delivery. Pretty tough to pick up. A lot of deception there. And just with the velocity and the slow changeup, he throws that, 84 to 86 miles an hour. This card is just insane. I never faced BC's creative player yet. This is the first time I've gone up against him, and he was able to shut me down. Even though I was able to get a base hit in that last inning, he completely shut me down and made me look foolish at the plate. But now we're facing Honus Wagner once again. He already has a home run in this game, and I can't allow him to tie the game up once again. I mean, 1-2 count with Aroldis Chapman in the game with yellow stamina. I had to go to Raleigh Fingers. I brought in Raleigh on the 1-2 count just because I felt like the next pitch I threw with Chapman, he was going to send out for a home run. Even with the mound visit, anything I could do, I just felt like BC was tying that game up right there, and luckily I did because I was able to get the out. The very next batter, Willie Mays, is going to bloop that one into center field, and BC's just playing one heck of a game. I mean, back and forth for the way that it's going with both of us, kind of just some of the hit results that we've had where some of the balls have been below the zone. He gets hits on them, but then some of his squared up hits in the zone haven't resulted in hits. Same thing with my swings where some of the hits that I had just late and good feedback resulted in outs. It's just kind of strange the way that this game is playing, but he does have the bases loaded, and I have Raleigh Fingers in the game still. I'm going with the forkball low and inside, and I thought that I just gave up a grand slam right there. I thought that BC absolutely destroyed that. That was hit well enough to be a grand slam, and that one really made me nervous. I had to track that one down in center field with Willie Mays, but But I was finally able to square one up against this creative player there with Pudge Rodriguez, and Willie Mays tracks that one down in center field. Just my luck, and Willie Mays has the most incredible range out there, so I'm not surprised that he was able to get to that one. I brought in my creative player off the bench in Pablo Sanchez, 99 speed, 99 steal, the contact-focused shortstop, and he rips a base hit up the middle, gives a chance for Tony Gwynn to kind of extend the lead a little bit. I lined out once again. I was waiting for that fastball inside. I lined out, and BC is going to go ahead and tie this game up. I have no idea how he just hit that slider low and away, but he absolutely crushed it. May have been a power swing, but he went the other way with it and absolutely destroyed it. Then we got a little bit of a lag there and a little bit of a freeze on that frame. I think Jose Bautista may have just broke the game with that home run because it just froze a little bit. I got good feedback on it. BC absolutely crushed that ball and takes the lead. Very next batter, Honus Wagner, is going to line out there to end the inning. That one also could have been sent out for a home run, I felt like. That one was over the middle of the plate, but we'll move into the bottom of the 7th inning. I'm down a run now. We both have right around the same amount of hits. We've also had right around the same amount of lineouts, I would say. But anyway, Rogers Hornsby is going to tie this game up by sending that splitter over the middle of the plate. The way his fielder reacted, I knew that that one was gone. All right, so now we're in the top of the 8th inning. 2 down, facing Frank Thomas. We have Bruce Sutter in on the mound. I went with the fastball inside, and I felt like BC was looking for the splitter low in the zone there. That's what it looked like his swing was. But to follow up the next inning, we're facing Kenley Jansen. This is one of the best closers in the game. He also throws one of the hardest cutters in the game, similar to BC's creative player that I faced earlier. So definitely tough bullpen guys to go ahead and face late in this game and try to get the lead back. But we are tied at 3-3 at least. I was able to tie it with Rogers Hornsby earlier, and now we brought in Rob Nen. I haven't really used this card too often, but I figured that this would be the go-to pitcher. If this game went extra innings, then I would still want a couple guys in my bullpen that I could go to. I didn't really know how this game was going to go, just because I have never really used Rob Nen in a tight situation like this. He's a little bit wild. He doesn't have the highest walks per 9 or control attributes, but at the same time, it was also a great take by BC. He was able to lay off a lot of close pitches that were borderline just off of the plate, and once again lays one off for ball 4. But luckily, the very next batter, Duke Snyder, I am able to get to ground out into a double play right there. That was a huge double play by Rogers Hornsby. He's able to take it to the bag himself and throw the runner out. So now we have a chance to walk this game off. And I thought I was able to do it right there with Tony Gwynn, but it was off a little bit of the end of the bat, and went the other way with it well, but tracked down at the warning track by Duke Snyder, followed up by Willie Mays. I wasn't able to get the job done, but we do have Lou Gehrig up at the plate, and I didn't really want to swing at that. I wanted a check swing, but I was late on it. It was a pitch up and away. Tough to get a check swing on that. But BC throws a slider over the middle of the plate right there, and I felt like it was going to be off the wall, but it is sent out for a walk-off home run. Great game by BC. Definitely check out his content and his channel. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to BC for playing this game. It was tough to go up against that 99 Honus Wagner. Until next time, guys, peace out.